Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Matsuyorific, and today we got some very exciting news that Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are coming to the Nintendo 3DS this November, and I am excited. I really am, but I'm kind of not been feeling too well these past couple of days, and so my energy is pretty much as far down as it can get. Unfortunately, my first time recording this video did not turn out very well, and the sound did not record. So that, so I have already watched this, but honestly, the majority of this video is just Pokken Tournament. There's literally only 22 seconds of Sun and Moon on here. But there is still some stuff to talk about, so I do want to go through this trailer with you guys. But before we begin, I just wanted to let you guys know that at the end of this video, I'm going to be talking about some personal things that have been going on lately. And I also want to talk about the future of this channel, as well as just my future in general. So, but I'm going to save that for the end of this video. So let's go ahead and get to the part that the vast majority of you are actually here for, and that is Pokemon. So this is where it finally starts talking about Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, which we get a couple of short little cutscenes here. And there's actually quite a bit to talk about in this. And oh my gosh, this is just really exciting. So, November 17th, mark your calendars. Get your pre-orders in, because November 17th we have new Pokemon games. I'm probably not going to go to the GameStop release this time, but there are some things in this that I want to talk about, so nope, not that. Let's slow this video down, and let's go full screen. I'll go full screen so you guys can see this stuff a little bit better. So, here we go. So we see, you see the two kids playing on their games, and we see our room. Now, this is interesting because it kind of looks like the same room. It's like there's the desk over there, and I would assume the bed over there. This, I'm assuming, is your house. And this, because this looks like the trail that leads up to, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the village, but it's Iki Village. This kind of looks like the trail that leads up to Iki Village, because that's where that youngster was at before. And we got this Pokemon Center right here, which would be the Pokemon Center next to the school if this is Iki Trail. I think that was the name of it. And that Wingull is something that I'm kind of interested in. I don't know if you guys saw the data mine leaks, but they found that there are block cycles for the Pokemon, and if you look at that Wingull there, it kind of looks like that Wingull is following you. Now, the reason I'm kind of skeptical about this is that it goes ahead of you. So, like, if you look at the shadow there, you see Wingull's shadow is in front of the trainer. I mean, that might just be, oh yeah, Wingull knows where you're going, but it could also just be that that Wingull happens to be taking this path. So I don't know if this means that we're getting Pokemon following us or not. Now we do see this trainer here with a Meowth next to them. Can't really tell their gender, but we're just gonna say them. But there does seem to be an Alolan Meowth standing next to this trainer here, which is another thing that leads me to think that we might be getting Pokemon following us. Really, really hope so. I really hope that that's what that data mine means. this is one thing that I noticed though. You get all these flowers in the bushes, and oh my gosh, it really looks like Hawaii with all these flowers. That's so cool. Another thing that I noticed was if we rewind back here, there's like a surfboard here, and you can see the car in the garage. So yeah, I really think this is the player's house. And then here we see all the starters. And I guess this is from when you choose your starter. And this is something that I also noticed. Rewind a little bit. So yeah, not only do we have all these Pikachu, they're actually showing the gender variants as well. That's something we don't see too often. I know a lot of times back in, because I've never really noticed them showing gender variants with overworld Pokemon, so that is kind of cool that they did include a female Pikachu in there. It really helps to make it a lot more believable. Now this is something that's kind of cool. We're actually kind of seeing inside of Mimikyu here. Not too well, but I love the animation for this jump. I'm assuming that's for a Z move. And these, oh my gosh, that was like the perfect pause. I guarantee you these are going to be like a fusion of some sort with, I'm probably butchering this name, Nihiligo, I think is the name. I guarantee I'm butchering that. But it kind of looks like how I can only remember Reshiram, but Reshiram and Zekrom, how it kind of looks like they would fuse. I forget exactly how that went on, but yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. And I think that's really cool. Although, why they would bring back something from Black and White? Not really sure. But anyway. But that's obviously Solgaleo. And this is obviously Lunala. And she's got the same armor on her. And it looks like we got new animation for Z moves as well. And there it is again, November 17th. Now, unfortunately, we don't really have a whole lot on here. We just get a release date. There's no website for it yet. This is literally all that we get. So yeah, but it's obvious that they are going with the star theme for these games, but Pokemon Stars is officially debunked. We are not getting Pokemon Stars. This is our Pokemon Stars, basically. And it just occurred to me, and it didn't even occur to me the last time I recorded this, but I mentioned before how this is kind of like what they did in Black and White. The games themselves are like Black 2 and White 2. They're continuations of Sun and Moon versus having a middle game. Which is kind of cool, but also kind of disappointing that we never really did get Pokemon Z. We never did. That's really disappointing. I was really hoping that they would do like a Stars, like have a Z at the end of Stars instead of that last S. So it would be like a combination of them. That would have been really cool, but obviously that's not what we're getting. It would be really cool if they're called Ultra, because we would be going to other regions, but obviously that's like really not likely. I'd say the thing that's most likely is that we might get Pokemon following us, because there is evidence to support that, but they've baited us with that before, so we might or we might not. Not going to say for sure yet, but we could. There is evidence supporting it, but knowing Nintendo, they probably won't. Another thing that kind of makes me think that they might bring it back is the fact that they're bringing silver and gold to the Virtual Console. Excuse me. And even though we didn't have Pokemon following us in the original versions, we did have Pokemon following us in the remakes. So that would be a cool reference to that if we get Pokemon following us. As far as the Virtual Console releases are going, it looks like we're only getting Gold and Silver and not Crystal, which is kind of weird that they're not going to let us have Crystal. Because, like, I get why they didn't remake Crystal, but they could have at least given us a virtual console version of Crystal so that we could, have our female character. Hello, there are girls who play Pokemon. I mean, hello, girl plays Pokemon. Nintendo. But yeah, so yeah, that is kind of disappointing and confusing. It's funny because I actually do still have Pokemon Crystal. It's in the other room, still docked in my Game Boy Color. The battery in it is dead. It won't hold a save file, but it's still there. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Most of this is just talking about the games and what was new with them. And they'll still be able to use the time capsules to trade with the Gen 1 games. So if you've got two 3DSs and one of them has gold and the other one has red, you would still be able to use the time capsule trading to trade between them. As long as, of course, the moves and the Pokemon existed back in Gen 1. So if it existed back in Gen 1, then you could trade it, but if it didn't, then you can't. So yeah, that failsafe is still in there. So yeah, and that is coming out in October on the 15th. Kind of similar to how we got the remakes, or not the remakes, but the red, blue, and yellow versions before Sun and Moon came out last year. So that's about it. Now on to the other part of this video. I am getting an apartment. Right now it's scheduled for the 23rd of this month. But I don't think I'm going to be going back to weekly videos like I was before. I would like to, but honestly nobody's been watching my videos other than my Sun and Moon videos that I made last year. Even when I was making the Sun and Moon videos regularly, if we had a week where there was no video and I needed to get a video out for that week, that video would be lucky to get double-digit views. Whereas my Sun and Moon videos were usually guaranteed to get at least 1,000 views, sometimes even 2,000 to 3,000. But it seems to be the only thing you guys are interested in, so I'll still be making videos for that. And hopefully by the time we get another info trailer for Sun and Moon, for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, then hopefully I'll be feeling better by then. But if we get any more trailers for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, be sure that I will do a reaction video and I will talk about them. But I will not be going back to weekly videos. And that kind of ties into the next thing that I want to talk about. And that is the situation that some of you might have seen on Tumblr. Now, for those of you who are coming over from Tumblr or watching this on my blog, there's probably only 2 or 3 of you. You guys probably know that I've not been having the best of time lately. This goes back to about a week ago. I was in an art stream. It was someone else's art stream, and I was talking to a friend in the chat whom I hadn't spoken to in a while, but we were both there, so it's like, oh hey, how you doing? What's up? And we got to talking, and I mentioned that I usually don't ask for help even if I need it, and he's like, well, you should, because if you don't, people will respond, they'll help, if you need help, you shouldn't be afraid to ask for help. And it's like, well, kind of had a bit of pride embedded in me, mostly by my father, about being able to basically take care of myself. And Basically, when I was a child, I had to go to a lot of psychiatrists, and those psychiatrists told my dad that I would never be able to hold down a job, I'd never be able to hold down an apartment, I'd basically never make anything of myself. And to some extent, I have been able to prove them wrong. I've been at my current job for 2 years. I was at my previous job for 4. And the only reason I left that previous job was because of mental health issues, which have pretty much gone away at my current job. Because the things that were causing my mental health issues at the other job are things that they don't allow to happen at this new job, which is great. However, I'm starting to think that them saying that I'd never make anything of myself is pretty spot on. I have been making art and videos and all sorts of content online for about 10 years now. And for the first 2 years, people really liked the super mediocre and amateur stuff that I put out. But as time went on and as I continued to improve, people liked me less and less for some reason. It's like the better my art was and the better my videos were, the less people reacted, the less people looked at it, the less people favored it, the less people left comments and likes and anything of the sort. And I'm lucky if I get 10 notes on Tumblr. I'm lucky if I get 5 views on a picture on DeviantArt. I'm lucky if I get double-digit views on my videos. If it's not Pokemon Sun and Moon, if it's not like these reaction videos, then I get like 1% of the amount of views. Like, I get 100 times more views on my reaction videos than I do on anything else. And it's kind of hard when you're trying to create original content. It's like, yeah, I do enjoy making these reaction videos, but I enjoy making original content a lot more. I enjoy making art. I enjoy drawing. I enjoy animation. I really wanted to become an animator one day. But after 10 years, it's like, what's the point? You know, going back to the post that I was talking about, you know, I did finally decide, you know, okay, you know, I'm only going to be able to make up a portion of what I need before I get into my apartment from work. Even if I put everything away and don't spend any money, I'm still going to be at least $400 shy on my first month of rent, and that's not even counting utilities, because I've still got to pay a $200 deposit, a $250 pet deposit, and I'll have to pay for a week and a half of rent, and that's going to eat up everything that I can save up for in that amount of time, and I'll only have a week and a half to make another $600. So I figured, you know, what the heck, you know, what can it hurt, right? You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some people will at least share it and send it to other people, so that people who do have a little extra money might say, oh, hey, you know, here's somebody here who needs help, you know, let me do my good deed for the day. But I should have known this was going to happen. Scratch that. I knew that this would happen. I knew that nobody would share it. And two people shared it, and one of them doesn't even count because he's my best friend and he reblogs pretty much everything that I do, because he knows how important this sort of thing is to me. And other than him, only one other person reblogged it. And I know that I have mutuals who have been on. I would, post that, and then I'd see them reblog stuff like a couple minutes later, and it's like, gee, thanks, I love you too. And I know this sounds awful, it sounds pathetic. Here I am whining about, oh, I'm poor, pitiful me. I have no friends, and nobody cares, and I sound pathetic. I know that I do, and I am. I am a pathetic loser who can't even give my art away on a website where people complain every day about artists charging for their art. Which artists have every right to do. They put a lot of time and effort into their pictures, and I do too. It'll take me a day or two to make one piece, sometimes 3 if I'm really putting a lot into it. And to put that much effort into something that nobody cares about is really, really hard. And I just can't see the point anymore. I'm just done. I'm done. I just can't do this anymore. What's the point? Nobody cares. I mean, some people say they care, but how much can you really care if you're not even willing to spread the word? Hey, my friend needs help. Could you maybe signal boost this? And, if you have a couple extra dollars, maybe donate to her. It only takes a couple of seconds. I even put in the post that if you don't have the money to donate, that's fine. Just signal boost it, please. Because honestly, I'm scared. And if people don't even care about that sort of thing, then how many damns are they going to give about my art? Even my own mother doesn't really care that much. Yeah, she cares about me, but she doesn't care about the stuff that I do. I see her posting all the time on Facebook about all the things that my brother and sister are doing and how proud she is of them, but I've never once seen her post anything about me unless we just happen to be going to Painting with a Twist together. And she just shares it because she shares everything that she does at Painting with a Twist for. It's like, and I really am pathetic, aren't I? So, this is it. There are some people that I have promised to help with projects for voice acting and stuff, and I still plan on it. For those of you who are watching this, I do still plan on helping you out with those projects, but I just can't do this anymore. I just can't. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking around to the end. And thank you for listening to me go on and on about how pathetic I am. Stick around. I hope you stick around for more Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon content. And I will see you guys next time if we do get any more information.